Hello guys, how are you? Hope you guys fine, well, healthy. Today is really very nice, beautiful day here in Vancouver. Today I see something close like a downtown, one of the center point in Vancouver, Canada. So many people like sleeping on the street and living on the street and eating street, the peeing in the street and the poo in the street and doing almost everything on the street like a thousand people around that don't have a good cloth, nothing. And if you see 12 months raining and winter or summer, whatever, all the time the sleeping there, staying there, living there, everything there. There are many kind of peoples, not like a. This is North America is a immigrant country. It's a migration country. 400 years ago, our first European came in North America, and then that came USA to Canada, uh, from France, Spain, and British, or Portugal, or Irish, or mostly from Europe. And I migrate this country and start developing here and living here, and creating people's livings and dependings, everything. And after 100 to 100 years uh, after that came, they bring lots of people from Africa to slave or developments here, uh, construction or many kind of labor they use, and bring from people China, they bring from people from India and around the world, and now bring peoples. Because if you see 200 years ago, European people, most of the part of the world, the take overs power and the take political powers, economicals, and everything that happened. That time they bring many part of the world from uh, who is undeveloped economically, many educations, those kind of people that bring for here slabs and as laborers from develop railway, like roads or building, housings, gardenings, cleanings, many kind of slabs that bring from there. And thus those people sometimes they use the mostly the misuse them, they don't give them all kind of facility what as a human needed, foods, clothes, medicines, living, housings, educations, health, even expert labs. Those things are human needed, but they don't found those kind of things that properly all of these things. Something that get, something not, and most of time people working, and even lose life, lose body parts, many things. But and sometimes they get killed from those peoples who is leading those North American country, killed by them. those things happen. If you see 200 or 100 years before, European country or a North American country, Australia, New Zealand, now 100 times better than before, because now many people came and people learned how to fight, how to live, or how to get rights, and that kind of things, and how to unite it and fight people for own right, human rights or own rights, and the educated selves, and after one generation by another generations. Now much more better. If you see so many wars after British colonials and European colonials rulings, after lots of war, you can see First World, Second World Wars, lots of war, lots of political wars in Middle East or India, that kind of political wars, religious wars. That's all, lots of wars, so many thousand million people lose lives. And last 10 to 100 years after British colony, were also advanced our technology and materials develops so many developments, and economically develops, and people are no more uh, no more neutral things. So many people are before, like if you see medical science, so many people die by without proper treatment or medicine. Or now people need to die for proper medicine or proper treatment. You can get, if you have money, you can get proper treatment, proper medicines. Medical science so advanced, but one side if medical science saving people life, other side materialistic science killing life, thousand killing life, or destroying nature, abusing natures, even people peace, destroying people's personal peace and family peace, family happiness, personal happiness, and society happiness, community happiness, country happiness, world happiness. Because if you see materialistic life make people so rude, day by day people going to so rude, so disrespectful, and so heartless people. People are today very heartless. People are today very disrespectful. People are today so rude. People behave or use each other like materials, treating each other like materials, not as a human's body and human mind, soft body, soft materials. No, people are each other treat like a materialistic. That people are no more respect each other that they are before 100 years. 500 years have or 1000, those things anymore, no more. Middle of the time, these were else human beings, material science or medical science so advanced. But this is one thing is science bring us for one good thing. This is the medical science. Medical science is really very big surprise. These things okay for saving lives, but in materialistic science, totally opposite of our human beings, peace, security, love, compassion, and cares, respects, destroying all love, respects, and cares, and health, and natures, and people making people roads each other, and people making so much ignorance, people ignoring each other, people ignore each other. This is the thing happen today. That's why we have to always choice Mediterranean life, middle way. so many good things in the nature always good. If you live with nature always good. There is nothing wrong, but you have to accept yourselves as a part of nature, and you have to learn how to live with nature and neutral way and without offensive, without abusing natures. Then you are safe, you are happy, you are healthy, or you are good and better succeed. You have to learn this. It will be trusty. These things you can learn from your around environments and people behavior, people attitudes and natures. From so much things you can learn. Those things you cannot learn from watching video or movie or documentary or CD or reading books. No, something. If you want to learn neutral thing, natural things, you have to always observe these herbs and natures and your around environments and what's going on. But it is very hard to sense very earlier. But one day we being need to be awards and being need to be sense today or tomorrow. Otherwise, we destroying not self, we destroying whole world and whole planet and whole society, whole country, and killing all beings here. If you if you consider yourself as a naturals or neutrals or humble, simples, and you're going to save self, save community, country, what else, art, everyone's. That's why very important neutral things, natural things. Being tired, oh, 1,000 years before, people defending religions and religious things and religious belief things, but they are today modern science know it. They find so much they are fake or false, the lyings, but modern people, scientific people, don't believe anymore. Religious, the lost faith. Another side, practical things. If you want practical things, materialistic things, materialistic science, laboratory things, research things, practical, charging thing, practicals, okay, but problem, this practical when you going to be different practicals, then you losing, you going to road, you disrespecting being, disrespecting life, losing, you into roaders, you're not anymore compassionate, and you are treating being like a material or machines or like a metal made machines. There is the problems. Then that's why being today don't care to hurting being, killing being, and attacking beings many way. Then you losing your own peace and losing your own security and losing your own safety. You lose someone's security, safety, and peace. Yes, that happens. Materialistic science. That's why you have to always walk down and thinking middle way and Mediterranean way. Then you can be succeed and secure and safe for self and other everyone's. Awareness is very important. That's why observations and awareness very important. Those things. 2,000, 3,000 years ago, if you see 3,000, 5,000 years ago, these worlds have no religion, no materials thing. That time people are totally neutralized and naturals. This oral history being history 400 million years ago. If you see 400 million ago, there are still human beings live and living. But that time, why not that kind of problem now you have? That time people are because depending natures and people living neutrals, and people are very awareness and awaken and observe self and observe natures. That's why people was very happy. People not create problem for self, problem for others, and people was safe. World was safe, and being community was safe. Today, we not observe self, observe others. We don't even self, our others, and our nature. That's why we creating problem for self, problem for others, and whole world today. We destroying self, destroying other, destroying earth. We need 5,000 years ago what's happened, neutral life. Those kind of living we need it today to save self, save other, save earth. It's very important. Not a religioustic life or materialistic life. Both are against of our peace, happiness, and our saving earth, saving lives. Thank you.